Hey guys, how's it going? Drep718 here. Today wasn't gonna really do a unboxing or anything like that. I just wanted to talk about a couple of things. Mainly, I was looking at this game that I had just gotten the other day for the 360. And I was just, looking at the back of it. It's the Star Ocean, The Last Hope. Like I said, for the 360. And what I noticed on it is that basically I had both versions of these, the PS3 version and the 360 version. The difference that I saw between the two is I believe that I'm not necessarily sure, but I believe it's in the PS3 version. I think is in 720p, and this one here is actually, you can actually have 720p, 1080i, and 1080p. The thing that I noticed about the PS3 is that most of their games are in 720p. I mean, there are some 1080p games. I'm not saying that there aren't. I'm just saying more like 60 or 70% of their games are in 720p. I mean, and Blu-ray is supposed to be superior over DVD. I mean, that's what I've heard. So why can't the games be, the games on Blu-ray be 1080p too? I mean, I figured that. And the other thing about it is the PS3 has, apparently, from what I've heard as well, is that the PS3 has the graphics, or not the graphics, but the CPU is supposed to be able to wipe the floor with the 360. Well, if you look at it, the 360, like I said, most of the games, like 90% of their games, are 1080p. There are some of them that are 720p, like I think the first Gears of War was 720p. But, I mean, that was when the system first came out and everything like that. And, of course, the first games, being that the 360, when it first came out, the arcade unit and the Pro, did not have HDMI. So, I mean, you can get the component cables, which, I mean, I guess it could still do 1080p, even though it didn't have a component, the HDMI. Apparently, they didn't introduce HDMI to the 360 until the Elite came out, and then after the Elite, the Pro Edition started having it, and then the arcade actually got it after the Pro. And now, if you buy a new one, the 250 gig or the 4 gig, like I got, you get HDMI standard. Plus, you get the new Slim models actually come with Wi-Fi already built into the system, which saves you, I don't know, the little wireless thing for the old 360s. It used to be $99. I don't know if it's come down lately or not, but I mean, it's just, and then the thing I liked about the PS3 is the fact that, they got the PlayStation Network, which is free. They actually have a couple more games on the PlayStation Network than they do on the 360. A couple of them being, the original PlayStation 1 games. I mean, you're not going to find those on the 360. Unless, something mind-blowing happens. But, the other thing about the 360 that I don't really like is the fact that you have to get batteries for it, for the most part. Or, if you don't want batteries, if you want the rechargeable battery pack, you gotta buy it for $20. PS3's controllers, they have them already installed, which I guess that's why they're a little bit more than the 360's controller. I think they're $5 more. But if you look at it, if you get the 360 uh, controller with the battery pack, you're paying $64.99, which the PS3 controller is $10 less if you do it like that. But anyway, pardon me. And then the factor that I like about the PS3 is that it has Blu-ray. If you watch anime like I do, my anime collection right now is on DVD, and it's taken up. I mean, it's probably taken like this. Well, I can't really show it on the camera, but it's taken a good amount of space on my my dresser behind me. And if I were to get Blu-ray, I mean, I could sit there and have probably like 30 or 40 different series instead of the ones that I have on there now. Instead of, I only have like 4 or 5 series, but I have like 30 DVDs from it. And in games like Star Ocean here, you actually, this one is three discs. So you got the first disc right here, second disc, third disc. On the PlayStation 3 version, you have one Blu-ray. The same way on Final Fantasy 13. And I was actually thinking that Final Fantasy 13 2 was going to be the same way on the 360. You know how you had three DVDs, but it's only one disc. I would prefer myself, since I have a HD TV, I would prefer having to interchange the discs every time when I go and beat a certain amount of the game, and then have to please insert disc 2 or disc 3. I would rather do that instead of my picture being in 720p. I mean, some of the older non-LED LCD TVs could do 720p easy, but to have a TV that does 1080p and you're only getting 720p, I mean, it kind of feels like a ripoff, at least to me. I don't know, what you guys think about that. If I'm gonna have an HDMI cable hooking up to my system and my TV, I want to have 1080p. I don't want to sit there and have 720p. But that's just me. Like I said, maybe I'm just blowing off steam. But the other thing about it is the 4 gig Xbox 360. Some people have said, "Oh, well, don't waste your money, because for another $100 you can go get 250 gigs." Well, true. You get a headset too, and I think a month of Xbox Live. But for the people that already have like a year of Xbox Live, like me, and somebody that's like me that's wanting to get the Turtle Beach headset, I'm not going to need those two things anyway. And last night I actually went to Best Buy and picked up a 8 gig flash drive, a PNY flash drive for $9. And so with the system folders and stuff on the 4 gig, you get about 3 gigs worth of space. So that means I got 10 gigs of space for my 360. I actually had a 20 gig hard drive, which you actually get, you don't get the whole 20 gigs, you get 13 point something, or I think it's exactly 13. But I had my anime downloaded on that, plus games, and if you look at it, Star Ocean, 545 kilobytes. Now, if I remember correctly, it's, I think, 100,000 kilobytes to equal a megabyte, 10,000 megabytes, 10,000 kilobytes to equal a I don't know, something like that. But anyway, you gotta. Yeah, I think actually, yeah, I think it is. I think it's 100,000 kilobytes to equal a megabyte, 10,000 megabytes to equal a gigabyte, and 1,000 gigabytes to equal a terabyte. Yeah, that's it. 1,000 gigs to enter a terabyte, 10,000 megabytes to enter a gigabyte. Yeah, like that. So, I mean, unless you're gonna go goofy with added on content, then yeah. I mean, they do make 16 gigabyte ones and stuff like that. Me, I don't buy a lot of DLC. I mean, I have a bunch of anime on my system. I do have the free downloaded content and stuff like that, but I mean, nothing to go goofy over. You know, like some people. But anyway, that's my rant. I'm going over 11 minutes now, but that's just my things, some of my things about the 360 and PS3. Let me know what you guys think with the comment section below or whatever. But thanks a lot. See you.